So I recently just watched this anime movie called A Silent Voice, and I'm not gonna lie, it's peak. It's 10 out of 10. Absolute, really good. You know, the best. It's going in the Hall of Peak, like my Hall of Peak. And I love everything about this movie. I love, you know, the themes, the storytelling, the characters, and Miki. And everything really, it was a very wonderful movie to watch. It was like all nice and wrapped up in a little bow at the end with like Shoya forgiving himself. This is not a review video. It is basically just me yapping about what I like and don't like about this anime. Well, I guess it is kind of a review then when I put it like that, but like, this is more of like me and you sitting in front of each other just talking. You know, like when we at school and at the cafeteria. So, you know, let's do this shit. So, characters. Let's talk about like, you know, the story. You know, like it follows our protagonist Shoya Ishida, who like suffers from depression and anxiety from bullying a girl named Shoko, who was like a little deaf girl back in the day. And basically, he has like a ton of regret about that, and he like hates himself, and like so he's just cruising through life. Basically, he wants to die. He's also suicidal. That's also worth mentioning. Because, you know, in the beginning of the movie, he does, like, try to commit suicide. But, like, a firework popping saves him. I don't know why. There's definitely... Actually, no. When I think about it, that's actually foreshadowing for, like, later on in the movie. I'm thinking about it now. Shoya now goes to, like... He, like, goes to, like, a sign language school to, like, learn sign language. And there he meets Shoko again. It's been, like, 6 years since they, you know, first seen each other. So he wants to talk to her again, you know? So he goes up to the Huz and says, "Hey, you remember me?" And of course, the Huz runs away. And it shows that, you know, Shoya has no riz. He's just like me. Shoya, of course, follows her, you know, and asks, you know, if they could be friends. And I like how they do it. They made it, like, super, like, hazy. And also, the cinematography of the, like, animation is actually really good. I actually really like it. Like, the way the lighting works. Like, the details and, like, the character's hair and all that stuff. It's actually very pretty. And so yeah, it's like all hazy and stuff, and it makes it seem like it's a dream. And you know, Shoya wakes up next morning, he goes down and has breakfast, and Shoya's mom, bro. She is bad, bro. Shoya's mom is bad, man. Oh my god. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, bro. I need to shut up. I need to like reel it in. Like, I'm up here. I need to be down here. I don't know if that meme's still funny. It's probably not even funny anymore. I just quoted a meme from like 4 months ago. I'm not that funny. Shoko Shoya. Why do they have to make their fucking names so similar? It trips me the fuck up. Okay, Shoya, the dude. Shoko, the girl. Alright, so some other characters we meet are Shoko's little sister Yuzuru. We meet Miyoko, which is Shoko's first friend back in like elementary school. We then meet Naoko, Satoshi, Miki. We'll talk about Miki.
My dumbass forgot Tomohiro on this list. Kill me.
Actually, I want to talk about Satoshi for a little bit, because this dude Satoshi, I don't know if I'm the only one who sees this, but like, he's got a punchable fucking face. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a good character. Like, I think he's cool, but like, his face, I just want to hit him with the fucking alley-oop smack so badly. Miki, on the other hand, I do not think she's cool. Like, cause you know, she, you know, has victim mentality. She's a fraud, most importantly. She's just genuinely a bitch. I know, like, I heard in the manga she's like way worse. I also haven't read the manga because, you know, I hate reading. But like, Miki is just, Miki just pisses me off, man. You don't have to like watch the anime to understand why. Like, those little crocodile tears that she shed during like the when like Shoya was confronted back in elementary school for bullying Shoko. That kind of pissed me off because, you know, she was complicit in that shit, and she's acting like, oh no, why you say that? Oh, like, shut the fuck up, genuinely. Also, this little trifling little troglodyte has the goal to like scream their conversation out loud for everyone to hear, when like Shoya asks if she's told anyone after what happened in elementary school. Like this girl, Miki, she's an op. She's actually an op. Naoka is also kind of an op, but she's more than just, her character being an op, so like she kind of gets a pass. Even though she shouldn't get a pass, she does kind of get a pass. Like the one thing I dislike about Naoka was that she was dick riding Shoya's meat, even though he did not like her that way. Like that's like mainly one of my only issues in the fact that, she's constantly, fucking with Shoya. Not Shoya, Shoko. Again, Shoya and Shoko's names keep on fucking me up. I know. And my other issue with Naoka is that she keeps on messing with Shoko, like especially after, Shoya saves Shoko from committing suicide. I just scene of like her beating her, like in front of like the chain link fence and calling her like the most selfish person she's met, like yelling at her. Dude, that kind of hurt. I ain't gonna lie. Like that, not only did that piss me off a little bit, but like it made my heart hurt. Like I kind of wanted to cry. There's also another thing this movie is so good at doing. Like it is so good at making you like feel emotions. That's why I think this is a 10 out of 10, because it's like genuinely like a roller coaster to watch. Like first you're happy, and then you're mad, and then you're sad, and then you're back to happy, and then you like feel disgust, and then you feel horny, and then you feel like all these other emotions. Like it's genuinely like it is an emotional roller coaster of an anime movie. Also like the themes and symbolism of this movie are like very beautiful. Like the whole like X's over people's faces to represent how Shoya can't look at people in the eyes after everything he's done. Feeding off that like depression, anxiety he has. And another one being how this is like Shoya's journey to like self-forgiveness. That's the word I'm looking for. Self-forgiveness. Because one thing I kind of like that I think the movie does kind of good at is like subverting expectations a little bit. Because it sets off as like, it kind of sets this up as like some kind of like romance anime. So you got your male lead with Shoya, and then you have your female lead with Shoko. And yeah, Shoko does, kind of confess to him in like the middle part of the story, but like Shoya misunderstands. I feel like that's actually a really cool idea and very creative. And I think it also works best if both of them are friends instead of, romantic love interests. Because like this whole like movie isn't like a journey about like them falling in love and like getting married and all that stuff. This whole movie is all about like Shoya's journey to self-forgiveness. I think I've already said that before, like not even like 30 seconds ago, but like this movie is so cool. Everything about this like movie is just awesome, except for Miki. Also, some things I want to mention is that I watched like the English dub of this anime, which I think is better than the sub, because the dub has like an actual deaf voice actor to voice Shoko, which I think is actually really fucking cool. Also, one thing I really hate when it comes to anime fans, I hate how a lot of anime fans meat ride the sub. Like, I don't, like, sorry if I don't want to read while I'm fucking watching the anime, okay? Also, like, what the fuck are you expecting them to, like, sound like? You expect them to go, like, ooh, like, the stereotypical, like, Japanese, like, voice, like, Hollywood likes to do, like, oh my god, I'm about to shit through my pants, like, shit like that. Overall, A Silent Voice was a very, like, wonderful experience to watch. And, like, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Like, it's going in the hollow peak to the end of time. And yeah, this is the end of the video. I'm Mac Maniac, and I hope you enjoyed this, like, short little video. Oh, short compared to other, videos about A Silent Voice. But, like, it should be worth watching, It might be, low quality, because, I make all of these videos on my phone and on KineMaster, but, like, hey, it's worth something, I feel like it's worth if I, get what I say out there, rather than having like cool little camera quality and cool little edits. I'm still gonna have cool little edits in this video, but like, less is more is what I'm trying to say, even though when it comes to like content creation, it doesn't apply sometimes. When it comes to like other genres of content creation, it does kind of apply. I'm getting ahead of myself. I digress. So yeah, this is the end of the video. And yeah, goodbye. Bye bye.